What does it mean to be in health? It's to be in a state free from illness or injury. When we talk about health, it's a person's mental or physical condition. It's not just emotional, but it also includes that. So health is therefore a state of physical, mental, and social well-being, not just the absence of disease or infirmity. This is important because the absence of disease and infirmity is not the only thing that makes health. It also includes your emotional well-being, your physical well-being, and then also your spiritual well-being. That's why God wants us to live life. Remember in the book of 3 John verse 2, the Bible tells us that our health is God's priority. Our health is God's will. God says, I will that thou wouldest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers. Let me say this. God says be in health. God didn't say always come for healing. There's a difference. Coming for healing is what most people do, right? I have a problem. I go to the doctor. He sorts it out. I go back. But I go back to live my life the way I was living it before. When I encounter another problem again, then I will show back up again. But God is saying that I don't want you to keep in that space of going back and forth to the hospital. Yes, my hospital is there for you if you need it. But I want you to get to a space where you are living in health, where you have access to me consistently, where your life has been altered by my word so that you live in health even as your soul prospers. That's God's will and God's plan for us. When your health is challenged, you have to seek for help from someone who has the ability to help. That's why I said earlier on, maturity comes not just with age, but with increased responsibility, where we'll begin to take charge of every aspect of our lives. And one of the major areas we must be responsible for in our lives today is our health, because the enemy is after the health of God. You must understand that you have to initiate the healing process. God cannot heal you without your consent. God cannot help you without your consent. You must initiate the process by stepping into the hospital. You must initiate the process by going to seek God. You must initiate the process by being honest with God. God cannot help you without your consent. God will never come without you opening the door. He says, I knock at the door. If anyone wants, the person can open. And if you open, I will come in. I'm standing, I'm waiting, but I need your consent to help you. Are you willing to give God your consent so that he can heal every aspect of your life?